and CEO of Pro AI Global, and currently we are into 26 different countries. It's a global AI community. And I would like my other colleagues to introduce themselves, and then we will move on according to our topic.
Thank you, Ammar. So my name is Dr. Abrar Abdulnabi, and I'm directing AI at an Abu Dhabi-based company called Saal.ai. We are specialized in developing AI technology in terms of data products, as well as custom AI models for UAE in terms of B2B, B2C, as well as B2G level. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum everyone. So my name is Salman Ikram. I'm based in Riyadh. So I'm representing Future AI Factory for Electronics Manufacturing Services. So we are working under the vision, Saudi Vision 2030, where we are trying to localize the hardware and the technology to move from China or US towards Saudi-made. So we are focusing on the Saudi-made technologies and working closely with the clouds as well as the AI technology, IoT hardwares. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So as you all know that we have the experts from two different places having different mindsets and having grow into the AI field. So I would like to ask my first question from Dr. Abrar. So how are AI models transforming digital transformation strategies in cloud environments?
All right. So first, thank you everyone for joining us today to break the ice. And the question is, how can AI, basically models or let's say technology, transform your digital transformation strategy? So transformation here is a key word. First, the setup was multi-cloud. I would say multi-cloud could be also local on-prem, could be also from the hyperscalers, right? The clouds that we are comfortable working with. A multi-cloud setup require either native AI technology toolbox that are already designed and built in for cost effectiveness and efficiency, as well as also we have the other side of it, which is basically building something that can be customized for your local deployments, right? Not necessarily for cloud. So multi-cloud approach require you to use a AI tools that can either be native to your cloud, or it can be built customized to your local usage. And this is the strategy that can actually build around. So so it depends on your deployment strategy, how you can actually deploy, where to deploy.
What do you think, how you can accelerate the native AI models?
Interesting. So accelerating native AI models in terms of localized version, you mean, for UAE? Okay. So nice question. Let's say in your, obviously everyone is already tech leader or IT tech leader, right? In the domain of transforming AI for UAE or let's say GCC or MENA region, let's say globally as well. And the way how UAE is looking at it is from a national perspective is they want custom AI models that can understand the local needs, right? I mean, besides Arabic language, I'm talking about also customized for the operations that is from UAE perspective. And if you can see that already a lot of models are open sourced, right? Besides Llama, now we're talking about DeepSeek, we're talking about many really contributing models in the community, and being up to state-of-the-art models, being updated with the latest models, it will allow you to see what to pick from these models and implement them in your basically premises, right? And it depends on how you will basically put the strategy from top-down approach in terms of, starting from the BOD level until you actually operate it on the operation level. Where to invest, you have to consider the three, let's say we call it the three trinity thing, basically infrastructure and data, as well as talents or resources. So three things, if you consider all of them, definitely you'll be able to crack something native for the UAE. And obviously G42 is doing a really good job, as well as many other contributing, as well as our company as well. So we are trying to push a lot to provide this kind of custom solution that is already tailored from the open source tools available in the market.
That's a wonderful answer. Thanks to the expert, actually. So yes, Mr. Salman, so what's driving the adoption of hybrid and multi-cloud environment today?
Well, it's a very good question. There are multiple, I should say, angles of this question. And if I will start explaining you, the first and foremost is the flexibility side, scalability, and then let's talk about some business continuity, the risk assessments. We are in a region where UAE is working on the compliance. The government is focusing on compliance to actually invest in this sector, and they are having certain rules which they are taking from the global, standards. So the same is happening in Saudi Arabia and UAE. What I can say that there are compliance which are helping in that side. And once we are talking about the adoption, so I think the cost is the very important factor. So cost optimization is one of the key factor in this part. And then security, as we are in a region where cyber security is one of the major concern. So it will actually enhance the security aspects of the certain requirements and the rules of this region.
Okay, that's amazing. So I have a question from Dr. Abrar about the chips. So how do you see the integration of AI into chips, and how do you see the future about it?
From a cloud perspective, you mean, as well as in general? Okay, so everybody now is hearing that DeepSeek is really taking out ChatGPT models, and really it's performing well in the leaderboard, etc. Well, if you look at the major innovations, I mean, beside mixture of expert models, these kind of like quantized approaches to quantize to make it more efficient, they actually also invested well in designing the infrastructure to make sure that it's bottom-up approach. They actually customized the infrastructure in a way to support the model operating very well, which means that the layer that is already the hardware layer, right, GPUs, etc., the way how the processing and coordinating and syncing across these layers already been designed to make sure that the model is operating for a specific task. For example, financial forecasting is different than time series for forecasting. It's different than stocks market exchange, right? So trading, etc. So every single task has its own operating nature, right? So if you are able, now I think even the community is going towards this. If you are able to clump or cluster the innovation part, not on the AI model application layer only, but really to make it from the bottom layer, basically even in the fab design layer, it actually will hit a very good, efficient, customized, cost-efficient, power-efficient center. These kind of models can actually be targeted to specific domains. So this is actually the way going forward. I'm not sure if you heard about liquid models, LFMs. If you heard also about the next gen in terms of Quinn. If you heard this kind of like approach, all of them, they're starting to look at the designing in the bottom layer, right? And custom design, etc. And then go ahead. And this is, I guess, the way moving forward towards sustainable AI models, more efficient models.
Do you think that there will be multiple kind of challenges will appear? I would like to take this answer from Mr. Salman about the challenges, because as we all know that DeepSeek is there, and now the Queen is there, and maybe by tonight there will be another model. So what do you think? Like, what kind of challenges are there, and how we can? What are the way forwards about that?
Well, again, it's an interesting question. So there are several challenges, and specifically when you are talking about challenges, it could be regional challenges, it could be technology challenges, challenges in the form of the resources, can we go ahead with those or no, challenges in the form of compliance if the government is supporting you. But for the specific point, let me tell you, there are complexity, challenges. For example, the data governance is one of the challenge in the multi-cloud. When we are having the multi-cloud, there are transferring the data, security risks are biggest challenges. When we have multiple locations, So we have some gaps in those locations. So those are a few serious challenges, because we are talking about the huge data, and these days, data matters a lot, and everyone is looking behind AI because of the data optimization, data controls, data security, data governance. So these all are actually challenges of the industry at this point of time, where I personally knows that UAE government is doing so many initiatives. Those are really complying those regularities, where we are able to promote and we are able to enhance those technologies in our daily products and add on, especially through the multi-cloud.
So everyone always talk about the challenges. I want to know about the way forwards. What are the solutions? Dr. Abrar, would you like to add something?
Solution of what? We have a lot of problems. So, as I said, okay, I will comment first. So we agree that the one-fit-all solution is not gonna, humbly believe the one-fit-all thing, it will not work. Soon enough, the monopoly that's going on in the market, it will dissolve. And this is honestly a healthy competition. Usually when you have a multi-polar system, it's actually more innovative, more creative, right? To create more challenges and the solution for them. So the way forward to make sure that the competition is fair and the adding extra competitive edge is to be focused in a domain-specific innovation, which means that you have to target something, you have to nail it. So it depends on the. So let's get back a little bit. Let's go to the big picture. So we understand that transforming whatever your technology is, you have to tab on AI. You cannot go away without it. You have to use AI now, whether it's Gen AI, whether it's Gen BI, right? You need generative AI and you need generative business intelligence, right? You have to. Your data has to talk in your behalf. Your data has to take the decisions, not you, right? You will be a facilitator to approve, not other than basically generate insights, right? So to look at the first layer, it's actually your data block layer, the fundamental layer. So before we even go to the infrastructure and the models or whatever it is, study your data. Go to your data sources, study them very well, understand what you want to input to your system, right? After you understand this, you will take the journey by itself will take you to selecting a platform. Select a platform, data platform, warehouse, data vector databases, whatever, the current tools in your hand. And then after that, which is basically the tech stack that you're gonna use, right? Regardless of the hybrid approach of cloud, regardless. I usually promote a lot for cloud agnostic. Even for us as UAE company, as Abu Dhabi company, even our platform is heavily supporting cloud agnostic. We don't really care about the cloud layer. We can go native to any kind of cloud, we can go also local, we can go on-prem, etc. So try to use these toolbox that can be actually very robust to your talking to your data. The lake house, the warehousing, the operation and data, as well as transforming the data. And then in the last thing, so we talked about the data itself, right? We talked about the tools, the platforms, and then talking about what kind of investments you're gonna do to make sure that you're hosting the platform comfortably in cost-effective manner, right? So the trendy way, which I am really emphasizing again on it, is pick the models or the tools that are already going cost-effective, or we call it sustainable models, or we call it green AI. What's the meaning of green AI? Consume less energy without compromising the performance, right? We're not talking about, dropping a lot of accuracy. So I feel this is the way how you can, as a tech leader, and I'm giving this kind of advice, that try to look at the three pillars and move around them. Data, infrastructure, as well as tech stack has to be sustainable. This is my,
Okay, that's amazing. So we are here to aware the people about the relevant topic, but I just want to add here one more thing. I just want from you guys that what you guys are doing individually with respect to these things on your personal capacity, and how do you think that how you can elevate the AI models and integrate the AI things with the future and with current situations? Salman.
So my starting and ending words again in the region, because we are focusing in this region, and this region is having a really worth what we are doing at this point of time, and you guys are here because of the compliance and the government advices and the initiatives what UAE government and Saudi government they are doing it these days. So I belongs to Saudi Arabia. So we are having electronics manufacturing factory. So why we did this initiative? Because Saudi Vision 2030 is all about Saudi made. So why they want Saudi made, and what is behind that is, to stop all the import and to have all those technologies under one umbrella, where they are working very closely these days with the Silicon Valley and all those big players. And now Lenovo and big players are having their headquarters in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia is going to become a big hub where all the technologies they want to have under one umbrella, and they are supporting big time for the data controls, data securities, this multi-clouding, this AI stuff, and I am one of the pillar for them as a hardware support. So we are actually manufacturing the hardware with the AI chips, like any IoT device. Let's talk about tracking, satellite tracking solution or device. So we are adding up a chip in that to make it more intelligent, so it can work independently. Currently it's working with some dependencies, like they need to have some network coverage, some kind of data manipulation, some kind of data filtering. So we want those all layers to be in one hardware. Instead of going to multi places, because there are security risks, there are cyber securities. So we are trying to actually gather all those in one single kind of hardware. So in all sectors we are working with oil field, we are trying to solve their problems through the hardware with a kind of AI chip which can manage their certain particular problems, which they are having problems of integration with the multiple devices on the rig side, on the transportation, on some kind of quality measures. So our focus mainly on the integration with IoT and AI things, which is ultimately helping them to make the full control in the hardware. So the compliance authorities, they are very happy and they want such controls. So here in UAE, I know SIDA is looking for some security solutions by their own devices. In Saudi, we have different sectors like Transport General Authority, we have Saudi Foods and Drugs Authority, we have Saudi Customs, Saudi Zakat. So all of them, they wanted to have their own branding device, which can solve all the problems in one kind of hardware. So this is the core of my industry and the vision.
But I have a question. If Saudi people doesn't have that much of the people or then how you guys can cater that?
Well, this is again a good question, because obviously they started, they initiated, so they knows the challenges. So and now they have so many funds where they are supporting the manufacturing industry by bringing all the laborers, all the technical skill people. For example, a normal employee yearly charges is around 12,000 to 13,000 Saudi Riyal, but for the industry it's only 100 Riyal. This means they are supporting big time, so we can hire as many as resources to make it localized. So the purpose is actually to localize them. Now the skills, components, there are certain other resources which is required, which we as an industry, guys, we are trying to utilize our networking through such events, and we are bringing those experts in our industry to have those technologies to be embedded in our system and to bring the skillful resources from different nations.
So should I tell people to contact you for visa?
For sure.
For visa.
Thank you very much.
Yes, so Dr. Abrar, you would like to add something?
Yeah, sure. So regarding the personal perspective, all right. So we are witnessing huge disruptive technology we are witnessing now in our days now. And the disruptive technology is basically the not necessarily transformers, because now there are new liquid models coming on, dynamic models, but we're talking about deep learning models, right? The deep learning aspect is already disrupting everything, and the technology is moving so fast. So generative models, large language models, as well as customized dynamic models. These models, they're gonna be at maturity, which most likely are for some domains. These models they're gonna be already mature enough to become commodity. It's like electricity. You don't really now care whether you're gonna subscribe to any of these providers, right? Electricity. You just need electricity, that's it. As long as it's affordable and commercially making sense for you to subscribe to, right? So these AI is gonna become electricity soon for us. We're just gonna subscribe to one of the hyperscalers or providers, and we don't really care who's providing, as long as it's in country approved, etc. I mean, I'm not gonna tab on this, but everybody I think aware of this as IT tech leaders. So the layer of large language models is not gonna be competitive for us to compete on, because others, the giants, are already competing on. I feel we need to focus more on the application layer. The innovation, how to use these, how to build these on top of these models for a customized solutions for the market needs. The ones who are currently moving the cycle very fast, innovative ideas on top of these models and shipping applications fast, you can see their valuations are shooting up very fast. So my personal advice, as you asked for, is try to compete in the application layer. Leave the LLMs and their developments. The giants, when I mean the giants, the ones who are actually accessing huge amount of IoTs with huge amount of data coming in, coming out, and they are able to operate costly in a very high scales, right? So move to this area, and then as a tech leader, how to keep up to date. Of course, you need to be aware of RAG, CAG, right? Latest agnostic LLMs. One fit all or single models for each tasks, multi-LLM. All these kind of techniques and models, have a crash course in it. Try to understand how is it, not necessarily to understand in tech details, but at least understand where the market is going. Accordingly, I guess you will be really putting your strategy in the right place, hopefully, and you are at least be self-aware of how to actually tackle your spending and your ROI very well. So that's it. That's my personal advice.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the experts, and thanks to GEC for having us here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.